Hey, I'm Alan Brito. I'm an architect, and today I have a quick tutorial or an overview on a feature, something that I think you might think it's missing from Blender, but it's actually there, but with a different name. I have this crazy idea of trying to use Blender as a drafting tool. I even have a workflow where I use Blender to create technical drawings. And for the vast majority of people that I try to make a presentation or try to convince them, pitch them into try to switch to Blender, they will start to point me things that are missing in Blender. And one of these features, it's something really simple, it's arcs. You won't find any option in Blender to create arcs, at least not directly or without the help of an add-on. Let me show you what I mean when we make a quick comparison between Blender, SketchUp, and Rhinoceros. I have Rhinoceros here, and as a general CAD tool, Rhinoceros is great. It works. If you try to open here the curve menu, you will see that we have an entire section just dedicated to arcs. And if you ever try to create anything related to architecture, design, interior design, 3D printing, you know that arcs are really important. At some point, you have to use them at least at some level or a lot. And here I have lots and lots of different options to create arcs. Let's see how they work here really quickly in Rhinoceros. Let me go to top view here. And we can start an arc. Let's try this one here. Center, start, and angle. We can try something really not regular. Something like an arc with 7 meters as radius and 110 degrees as the angle. So let me start here with selecting the type of arc. I will click here. Rhinoceros will ask me for the start of the arc. Let's get it under here. So I will just type 7 as my distance. Click here. And it will ask me for the angle. So let's try 110 degrees. And there we have it. Really simple way to create an arc. Let's try to do the exact same thing in SketchUp. And here we have SketchUp. I will just make a few changes here. Let's set our view to the top, and I will change my camera projection to parallel. Now we can go to the draw, and you will see that we do have a menu here with options to create arcs. You can create a regular arc, 2-point arc, 3-point arc, and a pie. Let's go with the arc option. And I will try to repeat the exact same thing that I did in Rhinoceros. 7 meters, so it will ask me for the start of the arc. So I will type 7. Let's click here. And now it will ask me for the angle. So if you don't remember, 110 degrees. Same thing. Here in SketchUp, you can see that we have a level of segmentation as if it was a mesh object and not a curve like on Rhinoceros. But it worked. Now let's go to Blender. And here in Blender, let's try to create an arc with those exact same settings. 7 meters as radius and 110 degrees as the angle. And this is something that I see a lot on my classes when I'm trying to teach a fellow architect or an artist how to migrate from SketchUp, from Rhinoceros, from AutoCAD to Blender. They will start complaining about missing features, and arc is one of them. For instance, if you press Shift A and try to open here the add menu, you won't see anything related to arcs. You have a circle. Here under curve, you have these options. This looks like an arc, but it's not an arc. What is the solution to create a circle? Well, you can start, what is the solution to create an arc? You can start with a circle, but you will have to erase most of the vertices to get started creating the arc. So let's see what is the workflow. If you have another one, please share with us in the comments. If I create here a circle and make a small adjustment here, let's change the radius to 7 meters. And if I go into edit mode, from this point here until this point, let me zoom out. From this point to this point, we have 7 meters. So first step, we have the radius correct. But to create an arc here with the exact angle, we will have to do something else. Let me remove those lines. I will select this vertex here, go to the select menu and invert your selection, and I will erase everything but that vertex. So we have this point here, this vertex exactly 7 meters from the origin. Now I will select this vertex, and then I will have to start with the spin tool. Not related to arcs, it's the spin tool. If I select the spin tool and rotate here my vertex, look what we have, an arc. We have 12 steps, and I can type the angle here, minus 110 degrees. And there we have it. You just created an arc with in a Blender. Well, if you don't trust or if you want to verify if the angle is correct, we can do that here in Blender. If you create an extrude here until the origin point, you can press Shift S, selection to cursor. Then I will select these two vertices, press F, or by the way, I can select everything here and press F to create a face. And you can easily measure this angle. One of the ways is to open here your mesh edit mode overlays, and you have the face angle, and you will see here that we have 110 degrees. Another way to measure this, if you want another method, is to create a ruler using the measure tool from this point to this point, and you will break the ruler by clicking here and placing it right here. So you have the ruler there measuring your angle. So this is a way to create arcs here in Blender. It's something simple, I know, just an arc, or you can say everyone knows how to create an arc. It's not like that. People that are starting with Blender don't have any idea about the spin tool. They don't know how to use the arc or how to create arcs, and they will find that, well, something is missing here. I can't find any way to create an arc. Well, now you know. If you find anyone trying to use Blender for architecture, for design engineering, you now have a way to explain to them how to create arcs. If you have a different method, please share with us in the comments. And this is it. I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future tutorials. And I will leave links in the description for some of my latest learning resources. I have this book here called Precise Modeling for Architecture, Engineering, and 3D Printing, where I explain how to use Blender as a CAD tool. It's available in different languages. I have the translations right here. And this book, I also have, based on this book, this workshop. It's a 10-hour workshop where I explain, again, step by step, how to use Blender as a CAD tool. Links in the description. You will support my work here in Blender 3D Architect. So I hope you liked it again. See you next time. Bye.